Kill him, man. Kill him.
Not literally. That's the other part of Florida. Good evening, y'all. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Or Columbus Day if you're nasty. Like you said, I live in Florida, which means that I'm pulling a reverse Columbus tonight. I'm traveling from a place that's hot and humid and full of disease that I never should have been to begin with, and headed to a place full of Italians. My best friend is here. Roger, make some noise. Yeah? He's black, which means that I can make one black joke before I'm considered racist. I believe that's the law. But obviously I am not black. I am a pale mother indeed. I know, right? Shocking. Like, it's funny because like when I was growing up, my parents had a fun little nickname for me to remind me, Casper. And then my nickname became Chuck because self-esteem is not for everybody. But it's my heritage that has made me such an alabastard. I'm German. Most obviously German. My last name is German as Eichelberger. My blonde hair and that last name that's sexy for a sausage was the target of ridicule in high school when they weren't calling me gay. And that one that didn't bother me, the gay stuff, because like I knew I wasn't, and gay should not be an insult. But they called me a Nazi. That I didn't like. But don't worry, it's all good because most of them grew up to be Nazis themselves. Trump supporters, but you know, if the armband fits. I am also Swedish, which means I like my metal like I like my best friends, black. That's the one. And I am also Irish, like every white alcoholic claims to be on St. Patrick's Day, or beyond if it's really serious. And those three heritages combined to give me my Charmin Ultra skin tone, my needs sunscreen to sit next to a window vibe, my dares Apollo to give him melanoma every time he steps outside aesthetic. And look, I get it, okay? I know. You don't have to remind me that I'm a mole garden, okay? Just leave Casper to do his haunting. But I used to, thank you. I used to be religious. I no longer am. But I do have anxiety. That is one thing I do have, not a religion. And because of that, every now and then I'll think, you know, about death, and I'll get a little nervous. Like, what if there is a correct religion? So for a solution, when I die, I'm going to surround my grave with all of the religious statues, and I mean all of them, from Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Norse mythology, Greek mythology, Roman mythology, voodoo, the flying spaghetti monster, Beyonce. My tombstone will read, "Here lies Curtis. He wasn't religious, but you know, just in case." But my religion, my beliefs now can best be described as, I believe in a hell when I want someone to go there. But it's funny I should mention that because I've noticed that I've been adding a lot to what I call my hell resume recently. The most recent example, I was at work and my friends were talking about the Princess Diana musical that I've never heard of. And so I thought two things. A, why? And B, what kind of songs could possibly be in there? And immediately, not a second later, my mind starts humming the George of the Jungle theme, and these are the accompanying lyrics. Princess Diana, royal family. Dun, dun, ba, 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 da. Watch out for that pillar. So that's the latest edition of my hell resume. I'm gonna give y'all one more fact about me. When I was 20, I knocked my teeth out with my knee at a trampoline park. It's true, yeah, it's true. I had a nice gap in my mouth for about 2 years. And in retrospect, it's really a shame that my high school bullies were wrong about me being gay, because with that gap, I feel like I would have been really good at giving head. Like, because you know, there's a lot more space in there. There's more room in the garage to fit a hot rod into. There's less of a bite risk, and maybe the gums could feel good on the shaft. I don't know. And if he likes to play games, maybe I could like edge him. He could finish himself off, and then like aim between the gap here, like in the window. Maybe I'll give him like I'll bend my tongue, give him a target, shoot it through the window. You call it like Chris Kyle style. American Sniper. I grew a beard, and I used the gap to get myself a pirate job, which makes it another missed opportunity that I'm not gay. Because with the toothlessness and the beard, I could have put on a little weight and called myself a gummy bear. You all have been fantastic. This has been a dream come true. Thank you very much. I love you all.